Hello everyone, welcome back to another informative video. In this video, I want to give you an update of the garden, basically where I am now and what I'm going to do next. Alright, so this is it now. So as you know, the area is small, right? So let me show you on this side first. So what I've done is here are some containers right here. So what I've done is I've basically made a like a box like, right? I use this lumber and I made a raised bed, right? This is called a raised bed. So um originally it was basically this concrete that you're looking at is a basically a trough, right, that was filling with soil. So what I did was to just use this board and raise it up another that looked like maybe another 5 to 6 inches from this trough that is already there. So as you can see, what that did for me was basically to give me more soil depth, right? So that is what is happening right there. And as you can see, it is a fairly decent here. It's not large, but it is good enough to do what I want to do, right? Even though I'll always want to plant more and have more plants, but it is okay for now. So right here now, alright, so first of all, what I've done is I've used the fabric containers and I put the fabric containers. This is my first row of plant, right? This is my first row of plants, and what you're looking at is the fabric container with sweet potato. So I know you might be asking, why did I choose to plant the sweet potato first? Now remember we were talking earlier about shade, right? The sun here is very hot, so I want to create some amount of shade. The plants will still get sunlight, but I want to create some amount of shade. So what I'm going to do is this that you are looking at here. This is basically the sweet potato that you all should know by now, right? And I've trellised it on the cage, right? So this is what it will look like right here. So these are basically going to grow. They are going to grow up, right? They are going to grow up, and then they are going to create some amount of shade for these plants that I'm going to put right here. So what I've done is I filled in the middle part here with soil, and I'm going to plant callaloo, right? Callaloo I'm going to plant in this section. So what that is doing is, what you are looking at here is the sweet potato. The sweet potato is going to give me the first line of defense um, against the sun. And then I know the callaloo grows tall as well. So that is going to give me my second line of defense. I mean, the sweet potato is going to grow taller, as you can see with this one, right? It grows very tall. It is almost as tall as me now. So it will create the shade that I want. Well, some amount of shade. And then the callaloo now is going to grow maybe halfway the height of the sweet potato. So that is going to give me a second barrier against the sun. So what I'm doing is I'm creating shade. I'm creating shade as we move into this main area, which is the raised bed here. And as you can see, I've put a fabric container there, and I've planted some scallion in it, and I have some more plants to plant in this because this is a very large pot. So I bought some seeds, so I'm going to plant the seeds in that. So I hope you understand the idea with me having the sweet potato here, and then the callaloo, and then the other crops that would do better when they are getting a bit of shade. Because obviously, as you know by now, because I've told you this before, the sweet potato can take very high intensity, very high temperatures. That is why I put it first, right? And I know that the callaloo can take a lot of heat as well, right? So that is why I plant it second, and overall to create the shade for this here, right here. Now, Let us. So this container that you are seeing here, this one right here, this one, I'm going to plant a um, eggplant in it. Some of you might know it as eggplant. Some of you might know it as melangen. I think, yeah, I think so. It's purple, right? But I think eggplant is the most common name, right? I'm going to plant one here, and what that is going to do also is it is going to grow to a decent height, and it has broad leaves, so it is going to also create a decent shade, some amount of shade. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a cool microclimate inside this section, and that is what these plants on the outskirt is going to do, right? um, so when we go on this side now, as you can see, what I've done here is I've planted the aloe vera in the blocks, right? And they will grow. They are growing basically. um, I'm not sure what I'm going to put here as yet, but what I'm going to do is, in another video, when I'm ready to do my transplanting, I'll show you the complement of plants that I have and where I'm going to put what. So from a distance, this is what over there that section looks like, right? That side is well prepared already. And this section now, as I said, these two pots that you're looking at, I'm going to put one eggplant in that one in that one. So if you notice, over here it is not structurally designed as that side, because if you notice, I have this section where I put some soil in the middle part there. Um, right here I don't have it, because what I'm looking at also is this beauty here has to be parked properly, right? And I don't want to not have enough space to park it properly, so I didn't bother to make to design it that way, where I put a middle bed and fill it in with soil right here. So instead of doing this with the soil, I just basically put two pots there, and these two pots with the eggplant, they are going to basically serve the same purpose. As a matter of fact, it's not two, it's one, two, and this one here, right? The eggplant, they are going to basically grow up with their broad leaves, um, and create the shade that I need in that main raised bed here. Also, if you notice, I have the sweet potato planted in this also, and this sweet potato is going to grow vertically as well, just like the one over there, right? And this grows vertically, and it's going to create shade as well. Um, this lemongrass that you're seeing, or fever grass, some of you might call it, it's not going to stay here. So I'm basically now using it for planting material, right? This is what I have done. So I've pulled out some plants and prepared it, and this is what is happening right here. I've planted it there, right? And all of these barrier crops that you're seeing, um, for me specifically, they are to create shade, right? They are to create shade. So and then now, over on the we're right here, we have a fabric container. So this container, I'm going to put maybe carrot or beets, right? Beetroot. So that is what it will go right here. I'm not sure as yet, right? um so yeah, and this broadleaf thyme, I'm going to basically propagate from this, and plant it back in the same pot. I'm just going to kind of agitate it, and maybe add some organic fertilizer to it, and then um, just plant back some cuttings in it and allow it to grow, right? uh, and of course, this pot, this one under here, this one here, that one, and this one. I'm going to basically plant. I think I've decided to plant pak choy or bok choy, whichever. Some people call it bok choy, some people call it pak choy. I call it pak choy as a Jamaican, right? Or pak chow, whichever. Yes, I'm going to plant that pak choy in these pots. And as you can see, I have another fabric container right here, and this has the sweet potato. So basically, as you can see, I'm basically finished. I'm basically finished with the whole structure, and it's just to bring in the plants now to plant, right? And as you can see, it's a fairly small area, but how I've structured it, it's basically it's basically it's well organized, if you ask me, and I still have space to put more things, right? Soon from now, as I said, you'll see these sweet potato getting taller, just like this one here. Yeah, and we should be looking green. Maybe in a month's time from now, we should be looking a bit green, right? And then as we grow and the plants get bigger, we'll basically see what else we can add, under the canopy of some of the plants, right? Right, so this is it. So this is the excavation, and as you know, right, this was filled with soil, right? And as you also know, it took a lot of work to do this, right? Because I had to get the animal manure, get the soil, and all of that, and so I still have some to take out, right? But I left this section here behind the nursery, just for maybe top-up purposes, right? When I need more, I'll just use that area. Now, yeah, so these are your plants, and as you can see, the tomato, they are ahead of the game. They grow faster than anything else, right? And these are basically just what? Help me. I think these are 4 weeks now, 4 weeks, and these can plant already, right? Yeah, so I don't remember if I told you this, but apart from the 20-20-20 that I gave them, as you know, there are roughly about 16 or 17 essential nutrients that plants require. Of course, based on the stage of development, of growth and development, that will basically dictate how much of the different nutrients you give to the plants. However, whatever stage you are, the plants still require those 16 or 17 essential nutrients. So while you can use 20-20 alone to bring them to the transplanting stage, I would also recommend that you add in your micronutrients as well, right? See if you can give it a complete mix as possible, because what that will do is that will give you a more healthier plant at the end of the day. If you have any questions, any comments, right, please put them in the comments area. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again in another video.